Bye, Purple Flurp. I recognize your username. You've been around for a long time. You should know we're not dealing with most people here. If you recognize us, do we not get timed out? I don't know. I did time out an individual right before the stream who said if you want NL to play a ROM hack, he's too stupid to understand it without first grade instructions. I timed him out for 600 seconds and said, well, it looks like I figured that one out. You got me. You didn't get me. That felt great. I'm not gonna lie, that felt amazing. Well, who would have seen that one coming? Go! You love to get slapped across the face with a paintbrush. He's better than me. No, get out of your persona! Paint bomb kill. We're back, boys. I hope you know that because of you playing DK, I started playing him and bullied my friend out of ever playing Smash again. I mean, like, the thing is, I at least respect you for being honest. So many other sweatlords in the fighting game community launder what they actually want, which is to just dominate opponents and make them cry, through like, well, it's the spirit of play that makes you get better and the camaraderie that comes with the fighting game community is yada yada yada. When what they really want to say is like, I just love the feeling of making another grown individual salty over a video game. So I at least respect your honesty. Okay, I thought maybe I had priority there. You must be plugged into port 1. If only I could get better at the back throw. I can't believe it worked. Oops. Ganondorf, by the way, definitely a boomer. No, no. I'm bad. You should be dead. Everybody gets second chances. I just want you to know that anytime you say the phrase DI, I got many filing cabinets in my brain. Balanced chatters. Chatters who are almost exclusively negative. Dovahkiin. Chatters who are almost exclusively positive. Chatters who are so positive that I'm a little afraid that one day they're gonna snap and like it's gonna go completely in the wrong direction and that's gonna be a disaster. Anytime you say DI, I just file you away and like you don't need to pay attention to what they're saying because their whole point of being in chat is just to remind you they're better at fighting games than you. It just works. I'll probably live. Get him! Ah! I can feel 20 years of drunk college memories coursing through my veins. I've unlocked the superconscious. 2,500 hours of college N64 Smash Bros. Memories have just been released. Why? I just gotta know why. A Marth named Shulk? Now I've seen everything. I'll take it. Great trade. Thank you. The folly of youth is to believe that everybody older than you on the planet was just dropped into Earth at the age that they are right now. I used to think that when I was a teenager. When I see like 55-year-old dudes, I'd be like, man, that's fucked up. Can you imagine being born 55 years old? Why would you ever like choose that for yourself? It doesn't make any sense. Can you imagine being bald? It'd be fucking weird. Galadriel. This could be a human being named Galadriel and not an online name. I mean, like Lord of the Rings books came out in like the 30s and the movies came out in like 2001. There's got to be a few like, you know, 20-something Galadriels out there. Could be worse. You could be named Khaleesi. I still love all the tweets that are like, you know, wow, it really sucked to be named Khaleesi after the what happened to Daenerys on Game of Thrones. Yeah, or like it would really suck to be named Khaleesi, and then every time, as you're an adult, when somebody asks for your name, they have to go, can you spell that for me? And you go Khaleesi. Yeah, it's from like an old fantasy TV show. Ooh, he's so fast! Oh, what the? What the heck was that? You don't like 95% of the cast? That's not true. I don't like 99% of the cast. Oh! Lanky Kong? I know you said Lanky Kong, but when I first read it, my brain went Larry King. And my first reaction was just, hell yeah, Larry King. I would love to play as Larry King in Smash. You could like pull out a desk and start asking them questions. What's your favorite pizza topping? Wow. Bernie Sanders? Yeah, put Bernie in Smash, you fucking cowards. His neutral B can be a basketball, and you can adjust the trajectory by holding the button down. Obviously, one of his moves has to be related to healing in some way. But make him a heavy. I am not playing as a first-person shooter protagonist. I am playing as an ancillary character from a game where you tell Nintendo whether you prefer pizza or French fries. If someone you know as a human being is in Smash and you don't play as them, what's wrong with you? It's the perfect, it's the ultimate mirror match. It can be nice to play mirror matches because it goes to show you like what the YouTube combos are that you might not see because I only watch intellectual-based entertainment such as 90 Day Fiance. Where last night on 90 Day Fiance, there was a young lady who suggested, it was kind of unbelievable. So she's like 27 or something. She was like, when I had my first child, I didn't even know I was pregnant. I had like no weight gain, no cramps, no cravings, no nothing. I went to the hospital because my stomach hurt, and then the doctor was like, you're 10 centimeters dilated. We got to get you into the labor room right away. And I was like, no belly? Because like you had an 8-pound infant in your stomach. Well, you know, taxonomically speaking. You know what I mean? I know I've heard stories about similar things happening, but I was like, you had an infant growing inside of you for a year and you didn't notice? I know people are asking, was she heavy set? She was, but not to the extent that you would think that a baby could get lost. You know what I mean? I think what I got out of it actually, and I've noticed this a lot on 90 Day Fiance, is that it's actually like a sad situation where I think like the parents are really, really, really religious, and then the daughter gets pregnant and is like, I don't know how to tell my parents. So instead they just don't tell their parents, and then they're like, we'll deal with it when we go to the hospital, I guess. Oops. It actually worked. One of these days I'm gonna get you, Terry. I'm gonna embarrass you, Terry. Terry, if you don't stop talking about the babysitter, I'm gonna fucking kill you. It was worth it. It was worth the attempt. But then, like, you know, to her credit, actually, I will say, I'm almost inclined to believe that just absolutely absurd story, because she actually was one of the sanest individuals I've ever seen on 90 Day Fiance in my short time watching the show. Her husband was a recovering gambling addict, and she was like, you know, hey, like at your bachelor party, you shouldn't drink, and you definitely like should not go to a casino. And he was like, he was very kind of like, why are you being a bitch about it? And I was like, because you just got out of rehab for gambling addiction, brother. Are you okay? I love Are You Okay? If you've never seen 90 Day Fiance, I know I'm hyping it up a little bit, but like, they were also a relatively normal couple by 90 Day Fiance standards. It's just, there's like a targeting computer in my brain, and at least 90% of the time, it's miscalculated, right? It does not calculate properly. 10% of the time, as soon as I see where he goes off the edge, it's just like vector required. It has the eigenvalues built in, and it's just like jump, jump, press down for 1/8 of a second, and then... Okay. Honestly, that show is dangerous because it makes you feel like you're the best husband in the world for just not being horrible to your wife. That's not the kind of attitude I want to internalize. So like this dude, he met his wife in the Dominican Republic, and then you know, he promised her fancy stuff if she came to live with him. Now that he's living there, she's like, I want to have like a wedding on the beach in Miami. And he's like, literally his words, just kill me, please. His words were, what the fuck is up with you in Miami? After that, he was like, you know, do you think I'm made of money, etc., etc., which is not necessarily an unfair thing to be concerned about, but, you know, did you promise her fancy stuff when she came here? Did you misrepresent your wealth in this apparently transactional relationship? Anyway, the point is, after all that, she was like, well, what do you want to do to get married? And he was like, his words, literally, courthouse and bowling. That's it. Look, I'm not against bowling. You gotta meet her, like, halfway. They do vlogs now and are a super happy couple. Yo, no, Robert and Annie, they're doing vlogs. They're a super happy couple. Oh, did we settle on vlog as the preferred nomenclature? You wouldn't say vlog. Okay, sure. That's not really the way the rules of language work. You know, if you look at English words like, you know, though, through, tough, bow, etc. But if you think that the English language works via those tenets, then more power to you. Mark, is this really where you want to be approaching your 50th birthday? Just let me win. I need it more. Okay. Wow, that was just... I got dominated there. It also appears that the exit strategy for people on 90 Day Fiance is like, you go on 90 Day Fiance for like a season, and then the rest of your life, you do Cameo. You guys know what Cameo is? It's the website where you can pay people like $30, and then they'll give you a personalized video message. Nobody's getting rich off 90 Day Fiance except TLC. That's all I'm saying. Real talk, I get an email from Cameo 2 times a month asking me to sign up. Dude, Dan, honestly, if I did Cameo, I think I would kind of hate myself. It's very, like, anti-me. But it seems like the kind of thing, and I know that given what I just said, this is going to sound offensive. I actually don't mean it that way. It seems like the kind of thing you might find kind of fun. You're already doing, you know, like, customized, like, Snapchat videos and stuff for people. Great shot. Yeah, plus you're actually famous. I'm not making a video for anybody for, you know, $30. I'll just make another Isaac episode. Plus, I'm way too cynical, even if somehow, like, I had demand. I mean, it is really, like, you're charging money for essentially nothing. But I did see somebody that was like, they do the thing that people do with, like, bounties as well, where they're like, you know, they extrapolate, like, your annual income from the best 1 hour of work you've ever had in your entire life. So I saw people, they were like, you know, oh, this lady's charging $60 for a 5-minute cameo. If you extrapolate that, that's the equivalent of making $670,000 a year. And I'm like, do you think 10,000 people annually are like, yeah, please make me a 5-minute video that costs like as much as a day's work on minimum wage? BRB getting rich. Well, first you have to be like modestly famous. So you don't have to be real famous. You don't have to get like insanely popular. But you got to get a little popular. I mean, like, as long as great move. As long as we're pulling the veil back, I actually agree with Dan. Like, charging for Cameo feels super weird. Because I don't like to say people's name when they subscribe, because it makes me feel like I'm, like, exploiting a flaw in human psychology. People are like, $5 for whatever the dopamine hit for having my name said, sign me up. And I'm like, feels weird. Got him. false sense of security. Oh, never mind. It's a Robert named Bjorn, the rare Swedish Robert. I like how all the anime characters are named after Junji Ito mangas, and Robert is just like named after an IKEA bookshelf. Okay, trade and paint. Brother, I gotta tell you, I love side B. It just works. Great move. Almost got me. You'll notice I said almost. That's because you didn't get me, sir. But an attempt was made. Oh, I used my jump too fast. I'm sorry, Bjorn. I wanted to give you a Viking's death. Oh no, he's a real fighter. He's a real fighting game player. Never mind. You mess with the best, you die. Why are his enemies such trash at such high GSP? I'm gonna introduce you to something called the streamer-viewer phenomenon. The streamer-viewer phenomenon is the viewer always feels that they are better than the streamer, even when there is empirical evidence that seems to counteract that, or contradict that, I should say. If you find yourself saying comments like, what the heck, I'm 1/3 of his GSP and everybody I play is so much better, congratulations, you may have experienced this phenomenon firsthand. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you, Terry. Terry! I'm gonna get you. I told him I was gonna get him. You doing this? Oh, he's got priority. He's plugged into port 1, dude. Watch out. Terry's charged. Oh, and I'm gonna be charged with manslaughter because I kept walking into it, dude. Ganondorf. Not good. Oh! Oops. Oh, it was beautiful. I can't be mad. That was fun. I like Ganondorf. Kate told me a story once about, oh my god, it's madness. Just kill me. What the hell is... This guy, he's too good. He's got the combos, dude. Twitter combos. Anyway, so like... Oh my word. The thing is... I'm gonna finish my story, because that's the only redeeming part of this whole fight. Long story short, there was like a Korean exchange student who like went to New York City to study, but she was told by like the RA that ran the dorm that there was no chance, like you couldn't plug in a rice cooker, so she took her rice cooker to Starbucks and plugged it in and started cooking the rice there. And at first I was like, ha 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 ha, that's a funny story. But then like, after that, I was like, yo, you should be real careful about, if it's a true story, sure, for one, you shouldn't do it. Secondly, you shouldn't plug in anything in a public place that's gonna sound like a train, you know? If you've never had a rice cooker, if you've never heard it, it goes like, I don't know why you wouldn't be able to use a rice cooker in a dorm. Every rice cooker I've ever seen makes that noise. Only cuckoo rice cookers do that? Is that true? Kate, I'm not gonna repeat what she said. I'll sanitize it a little bit. She said quiet... I'm just gonna say it. She said quiet rice cookers are a white people thing. How do you feel about that, Chad? Yeah, but you're white? What the heck did you just say to me? Oh, wake up, Charizard! Imagine using a rice cooker to cook rice at all. Yeah, imagine using the method to cook rice that is used by every Asian restaurant on planet Earth. You'd have to be some kind of weirdo. Here's a controversial opinion for you, okay? Super Smash Bros. Ultimate would be a better game if they took out about at least a third of the stages, but possibly as much as 2/3. Characters, cool. I got nothing against the characters, okay? But the stages, yeah, take out Hero. But apart from that from Pokemon Sword and Shield. Oh! What the heck is that? He's Metal Mario, dude. My God. My word. He might actually do it. Why is he playing crappy squibs? What does this mean? That's a meaningful sentence in the English language? Bruh, why do you want to play as this character? Like, doesn't your hand get sore? Are you not worried about the long-term health of your body? Stop being good. Because it makes it impossible for my side B to work. Okay, Kate says she found the picture of what Japanese people think Canada's like. That's it right there. Downtown Vancouver, baby.
Snowy.
Robson Street in December. Okay, this guy is Donkey Kong, and his name is DK420. I'm going straight to hell.
This picture, but you didn't win.
I see it. That's a good one.
But then the DK brain was bigger than your brain.
I feel like whenever people are like, wow, imagine buying this game to play as Mario, they've forgotten that me, Gunner, and Fighter exist. Buying this game to play as a me is just like, I can't even imagine what kind of person would go through that. If you have a sans me, I'll allow it. No sans equals no buy. For lunch, I need to go buy some hot sauce. What is your favorite hot sauce? Well, are you eating it as well? Because I'm not like a spice lord. You know, it depends on what you're looking for it to do. It will be for me as well. So here's the thing. I really like Cholula, but Cholula is too vinegar driven, even though it's not as vinegar driven as like Tabasco, to be good in Asian dishes, in my opinion. So, if it is an Asian dish, to be honest with you, I like sambal oelek, but you gotta be a little, if you're gonna be eating it too, and let's be honest, I'm not that much of a spice lord myself, but if you're gonna be eating it too, you gotta be very careful with the amount of sambal oelek that you put into the dish, because it can be quite powerful, quite potent. Sambal's not spicy? Okay, Boomer. Bad use of meme, unsubbed? Okay, Boomer. Will you stream the Final Fantasy VII Remake? Almost certainly not. I've learned a lot about myself, even over just the past year. It's not even anything against the realm of Final Fantasy. First off, I've beaten Final Fantasy VII at least 3 times in my life. But I just, like, I don't want to play an RPG on stream anymore. It's a big ask, because if people decide it's boring as hell, it's like months and months of just basically ruining your livelihood. You could just stop. Oh, to have that naivete back. You could just stop and then weigh the annoyance you'll feel being asked for the next 10 years, or reminded for the next 10 years, hey, remember that time you didn't finish this game? With, possibly cutting into your livelihood for, like, the next 4 months.